Yo, 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 everybody. It is April 10th right now, 2024. It is a Wednesday, and it is time for some Valorant on Mnvl right now. The hair may be different, but my name is still Claymay, and joining me today is our lovely co-caster, Beffin, or my lovely co-caster. He's our caster in general, just he's part of the family.
It's
But
okay. You got it close enough, right?
yeah, whatever.
All right. We got a pretty nice game today. We got Edina versus the Minnesota New Country. Edina sitting at a nice record of 3-1. They have not played. They're one game behind because of a rescheduled match because of spring break.
Yep.
So Minnesota New Country is 3-2, so not very far off. Minnesota New Country. They have some pretty dominant wins, some dominant losses as well. They've had a very super close game versus Egan. That one was fun.
My boys.
Hey, don't let your bias show too much.
Skep will get mad at me.
It's okay.
Nevertheless, yeah.
Yeah, and versus Edina, they have also some dominant wins. Haven't really had to go up against any of the Titans just yet, so we'll have to see how they perform in this game for sure.
Yeah, New Country there. The one big team they have faced is Mnvl LeBron's team. They are 4-1 right now, and New Country they lost 0-13, but when it's such a good team as LeBron's is, it's kind of excusable.
Of
But
course.
they also had a 13-0 win over Faribault's JV team, so I think that kind of counterreacts it. It's like it doesn't really matter either the way because it's just 26 rounds of Valorant that you played, and they went a couple different ways.
Yeah,
But yeah,
of
that
course.
Egan match is definitely a good thing to highlight. 14-12 there, going just a little bit into overtime, and being able to finish that game out and close it out. Now for Edina's side, they're of course like we said, they are 3-1, just a game behind there. They've had some very strong wins and some very strong, or their one very strong loss was also ironically to LeBron's. They lost 4-13, so performing a little bit better there than New Country School did. But then they had 13-5 wins over Blue Sky, 13-2 over Burnsville, and 13-1 over AFSA. So we're seeing both ends of the spectrum for them. We're seeing them go up against a really strong team that we know is going to be able to perform well, and they're losing a little bit harder, but then they're going up against maybe some weaker teams and dominating well. So I'd say, honestly, both teams are looking middle of the road, lower, upper middle. It's hard to tell at this point, but I think they're fairly evenly matched.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely evenly matched, and that's when the interesting games come out. 14-12, that Egan versus Egan was definitely not an easy game for them, I imagine. But when
No, it
you
wasn't.
win after 14-12, trust me, that's so relieving.
It
So
feels nice.
maybe we'll see a close game like that, but these first couple of rounds are going to really show us what it's like, and we'll have to see.
Now we will have to see in the first game of tonight. Mnvl Valorant stream. We're open for a good one, like we always do. You want to see good games. You want to see a close game,
Of
not
course.
close like we had a couple weeks ago. That was that OT that lasted a long time. We
Yeah,
were
that was a
getting
great
tired
one.
by the end of that, but we're just looking for some fun here. We're all about the fun. Me and Beffin, we're fun guys here. The other
Of
casters, they're
course.
not fun, trust me. But we have fun on our cast.
Hey,
So.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, I would.
Oh, just throwing that shade out there. Okay, you
I
better
do
be
that.
ready to back that.
It doesn't need evidence and reasoning. It just blind claims.
Okay. Well, I respect the confidence. Let's see if either of these teams can display such confidence as well.
That will be crucial. Mental game important as well in any sport. Esports included in that. Just being able to, keep your game going and stay on top of it while, even if you're losing or you're winning really hard, just making sure you're keeping in check with that. Another thing to highlight is now Clove, brand new agent, is enabled this week.
Ooh.
Looks like we're already going to see one of those out from the side of, should be a Dino over there. So
Yeah.
that's, what do you think about Clove?
So Clove to me is kind of like a mixture of a bunch of different characters, right? So Clove hasn't been out for too long, and there hasn't really been any major competitive matches yet. So I'm honestly not too sure Clove's role in 5v5 comps,
Yep,
because Clove is kind of like a jack of all trades, right? Because you have that overheal that's like Reyna, the smoke, it's like brimstone smoke,
yep.
and then that vulnerable, which is kind of like ISO, kind of not. Um,
Yeah.
so just
Oh,
kind of having pieces of so many different characters and trying to see how that fits on a team like this is going to be really interesting.
yeah, for sure there. I mean, Clove for me, I, I feel like nobody really likes her. From the friends I have that play Valorant and people I've talked to, they they're pretty mixed right now. The thing is, she's like you said. I don't think she's really found her role. She's got pieces of everything, and it
Mhm.
doesn't feel like she's necessarily, you know, filling a role well or being able to fit into a comp well. So that kind of makes it hard to build around her, and that's rough. But I've heard a
Yeah,
lot of things specifically about the vulnerable where it's really good if you hit it, but you have to hit it.
of
And
course.
it doesn't hit well. It's like a line of sight thing, kind of.
Huh.
So it doesn't, if you hit it, it's a win. But if you miss it, it could be really bad. So mixed opinions here.
Yeah, it's interesting because Clove's the only smoke on Minnesota New Country side,
Oh, yeah,
um,
yeah.
versus the old staple of Omen. Omen's always been pretty solid, but eh, as the game progresses and more controllers come out, he's also kind of lost his role. So,
Still reliable.
of course, but I would say in terms of smoking, Omen and Clove are probably at the bottom of the barrel. But
Cloves are so short, dude.
yeah, that's not to say they're bad, but early damage coming out already.
That is what we're seeing there. Izzy Dinah, of course, on the attack here. Mojo bottom half sneaking around here from the back. Two already popped down.
That's
He's an
insane.
early advantage for New Country. Spraying through that cage. Wolford King, awesome IGN, but he's only the one left. Can he hold off four? Mounds View, what am I saying? Minnesota New Country, he's going to get one, but that won't be enough there. Early
Damn.
round going over to Edina.
What a fast round. 20 seconds max, maybe?
They
These
just
guys
walked
got
in
places
there.
to be or what?
Dude, they got a date or something. They got to wrap this up. I don't know
That's
about that.
crazy.
Very quick there.
Let's see what Edina does to combat that aggression.
Besides
Looks like they might be going for it right again.
looks like that. Going down here.
Omen and
And
Cypher splitting those could be pretty interesting on MNCS's side.
yep, yep. Could be.
Looks like they're chilling a little bit more, but definitely not as fast as last round.
Yeah, absolutely not. Trying to change style up just a little bit while taking some shots that not really gonna see much of anything. Kind of just threw it at their
Whoops.
own team. There's that smoke, blocking off a lot of vision.
True.
A lot of entry here from the Edina side. They're stuck in back, but so is New Country. Nobody's really made any aggressive moves. Gnome Boy,
Ooh.
quick pop to the head, gets another one. Fantastic shots with the Sheriff. Beautiful shots there, getting those two early kills, give a huge advantage to New Country.
Yeah, and great play from what was that? The race?
Shiro, yeah, the Rays.
Oh yeah.
Or Gnome Boy, rather, I believe. One of
Oh,
the two Raises. That was Gnome Boy there. Gojo not going to
there you
find
go.
that there. King already got another two kills, but so far, pretty much getting all the kills for Dinah there. And he's left by himself once again. In a 1v3 here, just 20 HP. The Prowler going to spot that out. Going to dash out with the knife, run away. Don't look like he's going to get much, though. Air spraying at him.
Unfortunate.
Rough
Back into a
situation.
corner.
No way out.
Sure. So, Udana switched it up just a little bit. They tried to play a little bit slow, but ultimately, MCS kind of kept it chill. still they followed. If you notice, like they followed the rotation timing perfectly, and then
Yeah.
Noboy got some great shots down on mid because they were following this the rotate, and that patience over from MNCS really paid off there. And you know, after such a hectic round as the first one, it's pretty impressive to see.
Those quick adaptations. And they just read them perfectly. They read them like a book there. Oopie
Cool,
spraying through
absolutely.
there. So close to finding so much there. Just being a little off. They're now getting creeped up behind the box. They will see that boom bot. Trade of Cyphers on the other side. King more frags. Already gotten like
shots
6 in the
him.
whole game. He's doing very well so far.
Oh yeah. Maybe he's living up to his name, man.
with the username like King, you better be doing pretty well.
Of course.
But you know, not gonna be so well for New Country there. Gonna take a tough loss. Being choked out. Being unable rather to really find much of anything there.
Yeah.
Because, you know, king of shots, they do hit.
True. So Edina went for a bit of a rush there. Did catch that solo jet off guard since they've been leaving A little bit. So they're going to send the Clove over to A in response, but will Edina full rush B again?
A possibility. Already shown it before. Already shown they know what to do and they know how that prowess is. Walking up quick here.
They're heard. They got to go now or never.
We're seeing full rotations over from New Country's defenders heading off of the A site. If Edina can find a good read here, they could just rotate back over to there and get a free plant. No boy spraying through. No boy finding one.
Ooh.
It's already a 2-man advantage for New Country. Already a 3 here. Big shots going there. Edina with that aggressive play there. Just got totally choked off at that one point, and they didn't really rotate. They didn't really have any mid control. They kind of gave it up. They did find it with their Cypher, but
yeah,
it didn't end up well.
That's the thing is their rushes. You know, when you're rushing, you gotta go, right? Because
yeah.
On B we had, I think it was Gecko, full running.
Plant going down though. Round's still alive. Felt like it was already closing out there, but
does King pull off his shots? Ooh, has to reposition though.
Age great there. They get another one, not quite. 1v2 here. More Asylum on the Gecko. Spike has been planted. There's definitely a possibility here. Are we playing that Dizzy? Can you look at that back? Looks like the Jet and the Fade are now on the site. Mojo on. Spike already got it to half.
Dodging them shots.
Full. Asylum can't find anything. New Country getting that win on the defense.
Do you think that the Jet moving the camera around actually dodged the bullets there?
Let's just say it did. It seems cooler.
Okay.
That was.
That's so funny. But yeah, you know, Edina going for the rush again, but kind of not fully committing to it because you see that they were running over on B. So Minnesota Country heard them, but that gave them time to respond. And then the full rotates came through, but they just didn't go in. So they missed their opportunity for sure. Shotcart misses that trip though. It's really unfortunate.
Just gonna bounce over it. They will get revealed regardless. Quick pop on that fade. Boom bot throwing out through that smoke. Dyna has onto that site, and they have a great advantage here. 2 men already up on them. Asylum throwing down that plant. No boy throwing out their own.
And there it is.
Of something. And that's that rush we've been talking about, but it worked this time.
Yeah, it's like they're listening to us.
Maybe they are. Hey guys.
In front of you.
Yeah, he's over there on the left. Just peek. Yeah, come on. We can't do that here. They can't hear us anyways.
Unfortunate. Oh.
So huge win here. The Clove. Brand new. They get it done.
Oops.
Highly doubt that. 1v5. Flawless win for Edina on the attack there. 3k for Raph on the Omen in that round. Very well done there.
Yeah.
King still the star fragger for them, as you can see. And you know, Edina is on that full buy. Got full guns, full shields. Meanwhile, Country little bit of a force.
Yeah. With King, it's pretty interesting, right? Because he's definitely fracking, and you can tell that he's super skilled. In when he was being spectated earlier, he dropped a cage, and his crosshair was perfectly positioned to hit anyone that would walk around the cage. So he was
Yeah.
patching his weakness there, and that's like a really great display of mechanics right there. But interesting that he goes for the Cypher despite, maybe being more of a star player on the team. Ooh, get the
It could
dink.
just be their main.
True.
You can be a good shot while playing a non-duelist.
Of course. But, maybe King's Reina could be absolutely insane.
King ISO.
Ooh,
See.
unfortunate.
Just going through. Raph finding one.
Clove is
Already a
back
huge
up.
advantage. I don't get it, man. But what I do get, looks like New Country get that round there.
Yeah.
Keep Edina, keep him humble, keep him tame.
Yeah. See, these rounds are so volatile because Edina's just stepping on the gas permanently, right? And then that means MNCS either quickly shuts them down or they get shut down quickly. So what I'm wondering is what needs to be done differently for Edina to actually secure these rounds, like, more reliably. Because the rushes are the only things that's gotten them their 2-round wins. But maybe they need to change something up.
Well, I think they are. They're looking towards the A site this time as opposed to B, where they've been focusing. Because we've seen a couple rotates from the B push towards the A site. With just a couple members left.
Mid control, though.
Mid, too. Looks like New Country is totally packed onto that B side of the map, except for Gnome Boy. He's creeping up, peeking around. There's going to be 2 here. King, he's not going to get that one, but he's going to get Asylum. It's going to be even numbers here. Not for so much longer. And now Edina, their plan kind of backfiring. Looks like they're almost trapped onto mid.
But they
Cypher
have some free space on that right side of the map. Cypher should be able to freely go for this plant if he knows.
They're good cage there. Of course, King knows.
Mm-hmm.
And they do have the man advantage for Edina. Just one player. So they will have... And they can play post plan here. They have plenty of time to set up. New Country has not rotated over yet.
It's about how MNCS maneuvers this. You got to isolate some people here.
He's on that shot. Oh, he's almost going to get popped down there, but he's going to get that back still regardless. Dojo stuck in that 1v3, flanked by 2, getting popped by the other. Raph, the second 3K I've seen so far.
So tough.
Get in that round.
Yeah. Good for Edina. Well, really well played from them. Kind of cutting off that half of the map. They isolated the 2 players on the half of A side from MNCS and then got that plant. And then when MNCS is in the man advantage on that retake, they kind of have to play it slow together, but only slow for a little bit. But as soon as they show, they have to go fast, right? Because you have 4 different people watching 4 different angles. So what they could do to retake is take out one of them, and then together it's a 3v3. But unfortunately, they double peaked King, and since King is the king, he got one, almost got another, and then that gave Raph enough time to
fade alt there. Big ability used. Looks like Edina's fully onto that E site. They just got the plant down. We saw a rush earlier. We've seen a couple of them so far, and that worked really well there. I did see that New Country split up a little bit more, probably to address the kind of play they saw last time with the mid and A hit. Right now, still a fairly even game. 1 kill only across the entire round. Goopy is detained from that. Looks like New Country is on the attack there. They're popping them all down. Asylum in that 1v4. Going to be a real tough one. Those jackknives going to take him down. Stabbing straight through the heart. Defuse for New Country. Get that round win.
Another example of a volatile round. That thing was over and done with in like 20, 30 seconds.
I mean, Edina got onto the site. pretty quickly. They just kind of walked in, and New Country was a little more split up, more well-rounded across the whole map. But then once New Country committed to the retake, they committed and they did not let up. They just took it back with that Fade ult, with that Gecko ult. Or not with
Sure.
the Gecko ult, rather. That was sort of dying. I'm sorry about that. But they took it.
Yeah. Interesting to see. They're shifting their pressure a little bit more to A side now. They know that Edina's done with that B rush after that one. It's a very interesting call.
Saw it work just a couple rounds ago. Mid and A control. Can it work again?
Yeah. Playing a little bit quiet here. As soon as they make one sound, oop, now they know Gecko's on A side.
Quick
It's a little bit
rotations.
loud. Doesn't spot the jet with that. But they know that they're on A because this Gecko's kinda a little bit loud there.
Yeah, Dyna not committed to any
Oh,
sort of execute here. Do have that mid and A control, but New Country is fully set up for a defense. They could be suspecting a rotate back to B. Dyna has not called for that though. They're still
yeah.
holding strong and just waiting for the angle, frankly.
Yeah, I mean, they do have a lot of time on the board that they haven't really been using, but I really like that they're switching it up and going for something here.
Go here. That plant going down now. King getting that first kill, opening up the round here, giving advantage to the Dyna attackers. Pick it back up there. And no, Edina played that so slowly that New Country thought they had already rotated off. They clearly did not. Now they're going to have to fight through these Cypher cages, and they're going to have to fight through King. Going out that eye, looking for some more information. Really going to find any, though. So far, Dyna's holding strong. They are going to lose one member there. They are going to lose two. A little bit more rocky here. Like Boris here. Dyna's playing off-site. They don't quite have control of the spike here.
The defuse.
He started. He's going to get that kill through the smoke. He's going to come up huge there. Trades are going through. It's now just a 1v1. Boris. An Asylum spike's already going, though. I don't think there's not even going to be enough time. Dyna getting that round back from them.
I mean, yeah, extremely well played round from Edina. See, these are the type of games that I like to watch because everything is changing, like from between these rounds. Edina, they've been on the gas every single round, but they decided to just wait. They decided to, switch up their function, confuse MNCS a little bit, and it worked pretty well. I mean, that was like a really nice read on Edina's side, just having the patience there. And I like to see that they're switching. They know that they have to switch it up to take it back.
They, like you said, they just sat there around that A site, around the mid, and they just waited till they found the angle, and New Country was just completely unsuspecting. They thought there was already a rotate back to B, so
Yeah,
they went over there. Now there's less defenders on A, and you just take the site.
sure.
They'd come down close to a 1v1 though, so, New Country definitely has that retake potential. They do have the Raze ultimate up this round, and the Cypher ult, so vision, or vision, information I should say, probably a better term for Valorant here. And the execute power of the Raze ultimate. Shiro
But
getting
look at
an
this.
execute there.
The Jets' position, though. Will this flank shut him down right here? Could be insane.
Be deadly. Get to see that. Looks like they are onto the site.
Oh, they know, though.
They know.
Ooh.
And Gojo going down there real quick. Getting popped. Looks like the spike now. Finally moving up towards that. Shiro's firing through the smoke, trying to look for something. MNCS is in a 2v5 right now. Now it's just one. Horus on that Cypher. Another flawless round win for Edina. The second of the match so far. Really well played there as they tie up the round score.
Yep. And this is where the games start to get interesting, right? We're neck and neck right here. These are the most interesting games to watch, right? But MNCS, they're down in money. They need a reset. They have to figure out, they just lost those last two rounds pretty definitively. And this is where it gets rocky because if you're MNCS, you need to calm down and realize that, okay, you're down on economy. You're probably going to lose this next round too. but they need to figure out some way to get that reset and get back into it. But that's hard sometimes.
They do. Need to get that just before, the half closes out, and then they switch sides.
Sure.
Interesting change there, based on, frankly, how different these team comps are. We only see a couple crossovers with the Raze, the Cypher, and not even the Jet.
Yeah, just the Raze and the Cypher.
Attack and defense there. Very different. Sova ult ripping through that B site. Gonna get that. King is there.
Jet hopping the Sova ult, then hitting the headshot. That's crazy.
Highlight clip. We found one, boys. We found one.
Let's go.
It's our job here.
Oh.
Sova drone eventually gonna spot out Gnome Boy hiding behind that smoke.
Does he go for the ult though?
Doesn't look like it.
Maybe if he finds one more. Oh.
Here, King, a 3K on that round.
Didn't know where she's
at. Now 1v3, triple posted. Raph ending that one. Giving Edina, I believe, their first advantage in the entire game now, 6-5.
Yeah.
Last round in this half as well. So both teams gonna look the full buy, spend all their money here before they lose it. Just go all out.
Yeah, this should be an interesting one. MNCS is pretty lucky because Edina's got their ball rolling now, but you got that half ending at the end of this round that could really stifle their momentum a little bit, give them a chance to come back. It's still anyone's game. Both sides are playing really well, but it's hard to get that reset.
We were hoping for a close match just before we got into Agent Select, and so far it's delivering.
Of course.
Crash. Asylum there. Be able to get that early advantage, though. They're already going to lose one member. Their Raze is low. It's just a 2v5 here. Edina losing their grip here a little bit. Is he going to be able to revive? Clove is weird. That's just what we saw there. Defenders win easily. Very quick there. Lots of shots going through. Lots of trades. Just that was fun.
MNCS got their spark back. Let's see. Half ended. Both sides probably should be looking pretty confident. They played pretty well.
I mean, it's 6-6.
Of course. But here's where it's interesting is the Clove, right? Because we have Clove on attack now. And personally, I think Clove... Actually, I guess Clove is about even on both sides, but...
I'd say she's more offensive.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. With that, the vulnerability ability... Ooh, that's quite the sentence. A little bit more offensively sided, but now we have King with the Cypher setups. So, let's see if he is a true Cypher man and see what interesting setups he could pull out.
I thought you were going to say true King there.
Hey, here he plays Cypher. He's kind of a soldier.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Seeing here, though, new countries grouped up just off of the A site here. Edina's playing back. They're playing well on that defense. King now, as we've been talking about, he's going to rotate off the B site. Over there. They know it's going to be an A hit so far. They're struggling here. Edina has 3 members low.
Yep.
But new country's down 2 members, and that's worth a lot more than 3 low health bars. You're going to have a tough time getting on here. Another kill going through. Enemy traded back though, so a little bit more towards MNCS's favor, but I mean they don't look like they have any way onto site right now, and they're saying the same thing here. Just looking to rotate off.
Yeah.
Dash going off King though, finding that pick under the opposing Cypher, breaking that trip. Plant will go down, but it is a 1v4, and the location is revealed. Edina is just going to be able to set up easily for a quad plant here, or a post plant here, and just knock them out.
They're all low, and they're not necessarily grouped together. King,
Sofa's
1 HP. It could be... Oh, yeah. Sova's still in healthy range, but it's still doable.
Ooh, King on that angle.
Ooh.
Picking that one up. Defuse going over to Raph. Edina there. Like we said with that King and that ability to have the defense, we were hoping we'd see it well, and I mean they've been player of the game for me personally.
Oh yeah. I really respect that King's Patience that came out right there. He had a very interesting angle and knew that he had no HP, and that angle was kind of unexpected. And he really caught Fade off guard right there because if you saw the Fade knew that if someone was going to be there, they would probably peek somewhat soon from that area. But at some point, the Fade just dropped their guard, and he just got caught with the ability out.
There's just too many angles to cover as well.
Yeah, pretty hard.
When you're in a 1v4, you gotta watch. You gotta watch your back and your sides and your front and above and below. You gotta be looking through the walls and stuff. It's not gonna happen. It was good effort though.
Hey, Fade's abilities can see through walls sometimes.
That is a great point. You just throw that eye up. That's all you need for your information.
Exactly.
Landed. Throw a prowler at him. See what happens there.
Getting out of the timeout though. Wonder what both sides are thinking right now.
I believe it was New Country that called the timeout.
Okay.
Definitely, I would say they definitely have to think about how they're going to play this offense because they got pretty hammered in that last round.
Yeah.
Defense. Fantastic Sova dart.
They are switching it up, though.
Information. Grouped in mid. Definitely interesting. Holy cow. 3 kills just going off basically in an instant there. Raph is firing onto all of them. And those great. And that, I don't even know what happened. I feel like they just walked through mid and walked into gunfire and it was over. It was just over.
You know what? I kind of respect it from Minnesota Country, though, because they know that Edina's full buying after that first round, right? So they went for that full save, and they kind of just ran it down, because not because there's no hope, but because that is the unexpected play, right? Because if you go and play slow at a disadvantage, they already know they're probably not going to win that round because it's not been working previously. So they just went for it, and I kind of respect it. They didn't get too much, but they know what they got to do.
They grouped up mid there. I think they're grouping up towards A this time, though. Still playing a little slow. They're walking up that long corridor. No defenders quite in there yet. Put up away in a sight, but they're going to have to go fast. Rotates are going through. Raids are already going out, and now Dyna knows for sure. Raph is behind that box. Raph's firing away. There'll be even numbers here as Boris gets that plant down.
Yeah. Pretty tight round. Bombs down. Got some shock darts on the board.
Pigeon on a huge flank here. He's not going to find much, though. It's going to be just King left, and King can't find enough. New Country finding their footing here in this offense. In their offensive half, rather.
Yeah. But here is the most interesting round of the game. This is where the momentum is decided. Everyone on mostly even ground here, everyone should be able to afford a rifle, except for Goopy going for that sheriff instead. Maybe not. But yeah, this is rifle round. This one should be interesting. Let's see if Edina is able to recuperate after that last round, and MNCS keeping that confidence from last round or not.
This is where it happens.
For sure.
Break on this round. Pistol rounds and full rifle rounds are the two, pivotal moments where you have to either, where momentum can shift. They can honestly be essentially 2 rounds, 1 for 1 round win. That doesn't make any sense, but you can get 2 rounds for the price of 1. That's supposed to be a better way to say that.
Interestingly, I wonder if they're gonna. Ooh, how did he even get killed? Was it sprayed through the smoke right there? That's unlucky.
It's King, man. Come on.
Of course.
All skill.
Let's see if they try to push King's setup. I really want to see what he can do with this Cypher setup. This character hasn't had his opportunity to shine.
They've just been winning regardless. But
True.
Country here, still grouped up. Back at that, just off B site. They haven't been moving. They're playing the patient game. We did see this. We did see this out of Edina earlier in the game. Now Gojo gonna dash on with that jet. Gonna get down. Despite Courier, King is still holding strong though. King very well in the back of that site. He's already got 2. Gonna give a big advantage to Edina. They're up 3v2 now. Spike has not been planted. The location of Waldash, he's there, but he's getting some huge sprays. Huge
What
kill
a
there
spray.
to save the round for New Country. Gnome Boys plant.
That is
Raph
just
has had some
insane.
great rounds. Some great 3Ks. Can they get one done here? They're just walking up. They don't check it. It's a 1v1 here. Spraying down.
And oh my
Long
god, he
range.
flushes it out.
That was something.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? We are talking a lot about King here. And he did hold down the fort very well that round. But we're seeing a lot of people, kind of just clutch right there. Raph is definitely not far behind King, right? He's keeping it cool, putting smokes where he needs to, playing pretty well. So it's definitely not just the King.
They're just second fragging behind King. Kills are, of course, not everything. But, like you said, those smoke placements have been great. We've seen a couple rounds how they just completely cut off a passage. And if you can't find a way to adapt or know, some other way onto the site, some other pathway, it's going to be a real rough time for you to actually get through that and get onto the site. Plant down.
Of course.
We're looking at Raph right now. He's holding that corridor very well. Now going to back off, knowing when to stay there and when to go away. Key component, knowing your limits. So.
Yeah. I mean, what does MCS need to do?
Get out there.
Bait ult coming through. It's going to be pretty tough.
There, the trades are so far even on the round. Asylum going to get there. Not going to find enough, though. Still going to stay in their favor.
HP.
Gojo just on 11. And location revealed through the neural theft. There's just no way they can find this 1v2 against the 2 star players from Edina.
Yeah.
Really tough situation.
Who knows? Ooh, unfortunate. So, at this point, Edina, did they win that first rifle v rifle round? Or I think so, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. As we predicted, like Groundhog's Day, that momentum from the even rifle round is definitely in Edina's favor. They're just taking that momentum and running with it. MNCS finds themselves in a similar position as the first half, where they need to break that momentum as soon as they can. But it's kind of tough with that eco.
Yes, I feel like they've just been grouping every round. They grouped mid, they grouped A, they're grouping B now. And China's defense is being a little bit too much to handle that cage set up there. Yeah. They actually rotate off. We saw them hang strong and wait just a couple rounds ago. Gojo trying to dodge out on the Raze Molly.
Yeah, they're just being sitting ducks here. Well, but we still have Edina, half of them going over to A already, which is kind of an interesting predict. But
not aggressing either.
Yeah. Do they fake that rotate? Is the question. I feel like that's their best play here, but they don't know where the rest of MNCS is. It's definitely the unexpected play, I'd say that much, but King's still sitting there pretty patiently. Yeah, he knows.
Coming on now. Shiro there is ready for that follow-up. King himself is sitting in that tight corner. He's going to pop 1, he's going to pop 2, almost getting the 3rd here, but honestly, it's more than enough they're going to need, even with the spike down. Goopy's stuck in a 1v4.
Yeah.
Clove, don't think they can get it done here. Smokes, denying all info. Silence on the defuse. It's too much to handle.
Yeah. Really well played from both sides, though, because MNCS had a pretty good play going there. They faked out half of Edina to walk to A already. And, they have to kind of go for unorthodox plays like that if they want to stop the momentum that Edina has going. But King is just really keeping it cool, holding down the fort, catching 3 all on his own. It's just kind of, even though it was an advantage state for MNCS, he just shut it down right then and there, and it's just, well played from him for sure.
Shutting down the momentum here. Will be even guns here. We saw full rifles from both sides. This is the moment that it could be that early frag. Gojo finding enemy duelist. He's spraying through that smoke now. He's not going to get anything. Backing off and reloading. MNCS is still grouping up like they've been doing. They're just group mid now, looking towards B onto King's site. See if he can hold it. We're seeing rotates out now. They've already got 2 kills on the advantage there. The Gecko Asylum is low. King is down. Ooh. King is gone. The 5v2 here. It's like New Country finally finding their round. Raph is stuck here. Totally off site.
Maybe Raph could hit the... Oh, never mind. I was going to say, maybe this is Raph's faded 6K because Clover can hit that res for the 6.
Exactly.
But looks like the stars didn't align just yet.
You know, what I want to see? I want to see Clove and Sage. And then like revive 2, so you get like a 7K. That's what I want to see.
That'd be so funny.
In a real game, too? I mean...
That'd be a clip and a half.
I mean, you got 7 kills on the round. You basically killed a team and a half. That's all by yourself, man. Nevertheless, though,
maybe we'll see it one day.
I would love to. If anybody's watching the stream and you're gonna play sometime, just make that happen. Do it for us.
Okay. MNCS catching that break though. Could be their time to start that momentum back on their side. Spoiled Dragon hitting a nice headshot right there though.
Raph in there. Both duelists are down for New Country. It's a real rough situation there, and they're stuck on mid here. Last round they did group mid, but they managed to get onto the B site quick enough. That door is closed. It's closing out on their opportunities to actually get this round here. Edina just has them in a pen right now.
Oh yeah. MNCS tries to go for what worked last time, but Edina patched that up immediately. They
were ready.
Some more eyes on mid, and the Sova caught an instant pick, and just Edina's adaptation is really great here.
Yeah, no. Did get through that door though, and they did get one more kill. He was looking to spray. Getting trapped though, the decay is on him. That's a really hard ability to hit. Got through it. Will back out with that protection from that cage, but the spike has been planned out. Asylum running in with a dizzy. That's going to be a great shot from King to get 2 more kills. Now it's 2v4. Definitely disadvantage there for MNCS. A real tough one. Goopy finding one. Goopy not going to be able to find the round though.
Yeah.
Going to get that defuse. Continue his great plays and move Edina towards match point.
Yeah. But in a close game like this, you know, we kind of are seeing some similar skill levels here. And the thing is adaptation is the key, right?
Yeah.
Edina has been adapting to whatever MNCS wants to do on attacking pretty well. And, you know, MNCS just isn't switching it up enough. And especially not as much as Edina was when they were attacking. And, you know, that's hard. It's not easy to, you know, have a different game plan every single round and predict this and all that. But, you know, it's what it takes to win. But maybe going for this A-Rush could work out for them.
There's a comeback opportunity. We can never say it's truly over.
100%.
MNCS did get it there. 14-12 win over Egan. They could just get 6 here. King, oh my gosh, the sprays 3 quick ones. That might just be the end for MNCS here. One going back over. Now
King doing what he does best.
And just taking them all down. Wait, close there for a second. No boy though, gonna get popped there. Dyna's gonna pick up that win. 13-8 over MNCS.
What a great game.
That was a good one to start it off.
Yeah.
We gotta get one though.
Yes, we do. But, you know, that game, pretty high, high tension. There's a lot of even points, you know, at the half it was 6-6, right? So that, you know, that's the definition of even right there.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. But, you know, we saw that difference in the composition difference came through a little bit, but mainly it started off in Edina's favor, and they kind of just didn't keep that pressure off. Edina had a ton of pressure on MNCS every single round, and MNCS really had to, like, they kind of had to play positioning-wise. They kind of had to be a little sneaky. They needed to really spot out some weaknesses, and that's where MNCS's couple rounds came from, was spotting out Edina's weaknesses. In the one round that they took, they realized that mid wasn't watched. But the thing was about Edina is that as soon as they realized that that was a weakness, they patched that immediately.
Yeah, they adapted very quickly and just,
Mm-hmm.
were able to think on the fly and think quickly and, adapt. Like we've been saying, adapting is key in, games such as Valorant that is so round based and so, I guess, formulaic would be a word
Mm-hmm.
to describe it. Something happens here, the team might do it again. And you've got to think about, what strategies a team used to get a round win, a couple rounds ago or something. Be like, well, could they do this again? And just think about general ways to always, have the right setup and be able to always have a good way, a good path to the round victory.
And the interesting thing, though, is that I don't think MNCS did a bad job at attacking
Oh
at
no,
all.
definitely.
Like, they had a bunch of good setups. They had all the right ideas. They had a bunch of rounds where they had a setup that created them an advantage. But the thing is those advantages were just lost by King and Raph just pulling out these insane 3Ks. Like, King consistently picking up 3 before he goes down, even though he's like 1v4 or 2v4 over on, I think it was
Yeah,
B side. Um, so yeah, it just forces you to have to play and plan so much better when you have a player like that that's consistently evening out these disadvantages. It's no easy work.
yeah, absolutely there. King, I would say player of the game. Wish you could talk to him, but we are going to head to a break here in just a second before we get into our second game. Some words are kind of the same there. Second game
Hmm.
of the day, which will be Monticello and Buffalo going at it. But yeah, quick wrap on that first game, and I'm going to send it off to a break here before we get into game two.
Here at Concordia St. Paul, you will have the opportunity to earn a degree, make lifelong friendships, and play a game you love on an esports scholarship. For more information, visit csp.edu/esports.
Coming in and actually seeing all the computers filled with kids and they have on their jerseys and they got their coaches next to them, and I see direct parallels over to football.
There's just not a lot of knowledge about gamers out there. People just don't know what they don't know.
They have to develop teamwork like any other physical game does. You don't have the teamwork, you don't win.
You take a kid who never had confidence before and you give them confidence, and you can see what they can do with their lives.
What does it mean to be a leader? At the University of North Dakota, we're here to find out.
It's taking my first solo flight.
Finding new ways to learn.
Rolling up your sleeves.
The world deserves leaders like you, leaders ready to take the next step and make a difference, because we lead our own way.
Will find their golden moment. Moments of the round. Roar dashes into his own demise, and Apple Valley are going to do it. They're going to be the first team to win 4 state titles. Very close here. Very nice spot dodge going through that. And fair. Straight in, the wide, but Flo able to get the rebound, and Egan has a 2-goal lead right. Then it's open and it is gone. They're still on some health. We'll go in, and there you go. The Pillagers will be your Mnvl 2023 Fall State champions.
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the April 10th, 2024 Wednesday Valorant stream. Claymay and Beffin casting some good games here. We kicked off things with the match between Edina and Minnesota New Country, and that was a real thriller. And I think that just got us off to a great start for the night. Fairly close game between those both teams, but we got two different teams on the dock here, Monticello and Buffalo, going at it here.
Yeah, and that this is the hard part about even games, right? Because last game, both teams had a pretty even record. We didn't really have enough data and games on the board yet to have a clear winner in that one.
Yeah,
and you see the same thing here. Both teams pretty even record. We have Monticello, they're 2-2. Buffalo, I think they're 2-3 because Monticello hasn't played one of their games, if I'm not mistaken.
2-2. Two total wins.
Okay, yeah. They both are at a total of 2 wins. And, we really don't have much data on them either in terms of the games that they've played, and it doesn't really paint a picture for us that well with a record like that. So games like these can be pretty volatile because when we don't know anything about these two teams, it could either be close like it was last game. Last game was pretty interesting, or it could just be completely tipped to one side. So,
yeah. I mean, to talk about Monticello for just a second here, they've played their 5 games. They are 2-3 right now, and they have had no close ones. 0-13 loss North Varsity, or Lakeville North, sorry. 2-13 loss Lakeville North JV. 13-3 over Apple Valley's JV, not their main squad. 0-13 loss to HCPA, and 13-1 win over Worthington. I mean, it's either they win really hard or they lose really hard. And I think that's just a matchup thing, frankly.
Of course, yeah.
When you get placed against a top team and you're maybe a weaker team, it's not going to necessarily always go as well. But when you're placed against a team lower than you in the standings, it's typically going to go in your favor, or expected to go in your favor. So, but we haven't seen them have a close one. Haven't seen if they can keep it together and actually pick up a win in some tight games yet. So
yeah, but
definitely a point there.
Yeah, for sure. But this is where we can see it. Both teams have supposedly even records. So although all their past games have been pretty volatile, this one can very well still be close. But even if not, there's still things that they can take away from a horrible loss, like a 0-13 loss. But, we'll just have to see.
0-13 is a rough way to go out. I personally, back when I played Valorant for Egan like a year ago, I don't think we had any 0-13s. I think we had like a 2-13, like a 3-13. We were not the best, but nevertheless, we had fun with it. So
yeah, I can't talk. Yeah, I really can't relate as an AVHS student.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I just
Anyway, yeah, AVHS, the reigning kings, but
reigning kings like literally forever.
Oh yeah, since day one. But everyone knows that. We don't got to say that. Let's be honest.
They're right over there on the season standings.
Here they come, bro. Yep.
They're not in this match though. We don't need to. Let's get back to the important stuff. Monticello and Buffalo.
Yeah, that's the thing. When there's a Titan presence such as them, you kind of have to figure out what do you take away from a loss like that. And the teams that you'll see at the top are the ones that know the ones that take those losses well, because in competition, most competition, unless you're AVHS, you will face losses. And you know what? AVHS has faced losses too. And that's just part of it, right? And it's part of, learning and taking away what you can from those losses. That's what makes great players.
Yeah. And I mean, no team can frankly be entirely perfect.
Of course. Even Faker has many losses.
Of course. I mean, that's League of Legends, so that's different. But I guess he is the esports overall GOAT. So
oh yeah,
if you would put it that way, so nobody's perfect, even if they are the best in the business.
Who would you say is the Valorant GOAT to your knowledge? Everyone's got to say Tense, right?
I mean, that's the obvious answer, I suppose.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like the begrudging answer.
Begrudging. You know what? That's a very interesting
It's
word.
like, I mean, yeah, but like, do you really want to say that?
Yeah. I mean, he did just win
Second
that VCT, but it wasn't with him on Duelist, though. The young prodigy Zekin. Pretty interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's definitely the poster child. Tens, I would say, is definitely the poster child of professional Valorant player.
Yeah.
Maybe if we had talked about this like a couple months ago, 6 months ago, maybe it would have been Demon One. Everyone knows about him. But he has been, I don't want to say falling off, but not necessarily reaching that GOAT status that Tens is at. Nothing near Faker though. Let's make sure that's clear.
And we're gonna start a Valorant League of Legends war in the chat with some comments like,
oof, let's not go there.
We're gonna start saying all sorts of things, but we got a game. We got Monticello. We got Buffalo. What is Buffalo doing? They're 2-2, 13-7 Lakeville North JV, 4-13 loss to Blue Sky, 13-0 over Walben, and 4-13 loss to I believe Mounds View's second team.
Yep. So some volatile wins, volatile losses on their side as well.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
We'll see if it's just going to continue that trend, or maybe, just maybe, we'll have a pretty interesting one here.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell. Just looking off, records and performances and stuff, it's definitely very hard to tell, which team's going to actually have the advantage here. I think when it's a match like that, you're going to have to wait till agents select and look at those team comps to see really where the advantages are going to be and which team is going to be better on defense, which team is going to be better on attack, and then you got to think about what the map is. Of course, that's also a key factor in deciding team comp and deciding how you play. So I think we're gonna have to wait and see just a little bit to really cast our favor one way or the other.
Yeah, for sure. That's the thing, though, is like with these volatile wins and losses, like when you have one side on 0 rounds, one side on 6, like if you want to have a chance to get past that, you have to be really calm and collected. And the thing is like it's a high school league, right? So all of us players are, we're not
crazy teenagers.
I mean, there's that, of course.
One way to put it.
But we're not like collected adults yet, so it's hard to
sure.
It's hard to, play with the team sometimes, and especially when it's like for some teams, these people have been friends for years, but on other teams, it's like you have people that have just met to play Valorant. Yeah. But here we are. We'll see all of this in play on Ascent here.
It'll be Ascent, definitely I'd say a fan favorite map, personal, almost probably favorite of mine. It's just overall a good map, and it I think it just has everything that a map needs to really have. So very well rounded there. Seeing the lock-ins here.
It's definitely a comfort map for most players. Yeah. Some people kind of getting tired of the repetitiveness. Not going to name any names here, but
now you can name names. Come on.
Hey. I'm joking. It's not like I blame that, but there's just two different perspectives here. You have, the players that have to play and worry about all this stuff, but it's easy for us to say that it's kind of boring to see the same map every once in a while. But that kind of just is the reality, though.
Could be, yeah. What's not boring though is I see a deadlock for Monticello's side. Personally, Deadlock came out and everyone thought she was terrible. Now they're buffing her, and some people are like, okay, she works, and some are like, okay, she doesn't. Yeah. So it's another, like the Clove we saw previous game, it's something that's still a little bit of an unknown. I think she's a fun agent. I think she's really cool, but
yeah,
let's see, if a player can perform on her well, and if they can really have good impact. on this team.
The interesting thing to me is Deadlock plus Sage. That's like a bunch of walls, like super. It's like actual physical entry denial. Usually on Ascent, you have characters like Killjoy, Cypher that are really able to like cut off the amount of chokes that are on Ascent, because you have basically two main chokes / points to push at on each side, which isn't that much. But now they just have the ability to just wall it off, but we won't see that until Monticello.
Yeah, Monticello. Yep.
Oh yeah, Monticello hits the defense.
Yeah, they're starting out an attack there. Like we said with that Killjoy, much more traditional comp here for Buffalo. Jet, KJ, Sova, KO, and the Omen. Just general well-rounded. They can gather information. Sova and KO, they have plenty of defense with that KJ controlling. Like the roles are, adequately named: controller, sentinel, initiator. They're named pretty well. They define the agent's roles, and I mean, both teams have a good amount of each.
For sure. Pretty well rounded comps for sure, and Buffalo definitely does have a traditional comp. This is the type of comp I would have seen even a year ago, 2 years ago. But on a map like Ascent, I think there's nothing wrong with sticking to the fundamentals, right?
It's been so learned and so played over Valorant's lifespan that you know what works and people know what doesn't work.
For sure. It's like that Killjoy playing on lane. That lane setup is just so good. It's been so good for many years, ever since the start of the game. It's just kind of funny to see that even now.
Ooh, Goodly though. Getting that one, getting traded back. Monticello gonna get pushed off there. Get spotted out a little bit with that KO knife. Now they will back off here. They did pull 3 out of the 4 members of Buffalo over to that side. The KJ just staying on B there. Be a full rotate here, looks like.
That Killjoy's still on a pretty full setup, though. All the util
shots
is
going
actually
through mid.
It's a big pick in a close round like this.
Absolutely.
They don't have any util to break that Killjoy setup, though. They're going to have to do something unorthodox to get past it.
Yeah, unorthodox isn't just running at it, pretty much.
Yep. It's like they tried it and took a bunch of damage.
They're spotted out now. Gonna be 2 on there. The reload gonna be their doom. Plant coming down here. 2-member advantage for the attacking Monticello. Just a KO and a Sova, and there's that physical defense there. Sage wall will be blocked off. Or will be broken now. It was blocking off. And Buffalo's gonna have to find some angle. They're gonna have to find some quick way to get on here.
Close shock dart right there. Oh my god, that shock dart was...
Yeah, I honestly thought it hit him, but not there. Decaf, not Joey. Getting 1, though. Move around Cal. We've seen him before. He's peeking up there. Now it's a 2v1. Suddenly, the advantage.
Does he find it?
Oh my goodness.
Gosh.
3K for Das Flammen. Yori won that round, just getting out with 25 HP. 1 shot could have been the entire difference between the round win and the round loss there. Really close one.
Yeah.
Things off.
I mean, you love to see how close these rounds are, because like we said, according to these records, it could be pretty volatile or it would be really close. And it's kind of funny to imagine that 1 shock dart that barely missed was really the difference between winning or losing that round. Because
that was the health, yeah.
Yeah. If that shock dart had been 2 inches off, Yoru's dead, and then KO doesn't have to clutch against the last guy. And, I'm hoping to see some close tension for the rest of the match as well.
KO knife shutting down that push a little bit through B main. Wow, Cav spraying through that smoke, trying to find something though. Like Monticello's backed off a little bit. Goodly here. Could come up huge on the flank. Gonna fire the shots off, gonna find 1. They know he's there now. Dash is primed. Still looking for more. That smoke gonna deny so much info, but Slippery with that shotgun stopping that. That could have been honestly 3 kills there.
Yeah, could have, but it's hard to do that with the Classic, right? The Classic, he hit the headshot on the Omen with the right click, but still had to finish off with the left click. But the Rays responding with a double satchel.
Huge flank there. Das Flammen, the winner of the previous round.
Oof.
They're going to get that one back there. Going to give a slight advantage towards Buffalo. Now it's a big one. 3v1 here for the Sage. Even in that smoke when they're blinded. Not going to find anything. That defuse there. Buffalo picking it up here.
Buffalo back here. Question is, what are the buys going to look like this round? I'd like to see that on the scoreboard. Seeing, because their economy should be kind of even.
Yeah, because 1 round apiece. Of course, we've said before that you win a pistol round, you kind of win 2 rounds most of the time. That did not happen there.
Yeah, it didn't. A very rare time where we see that not happening. The full buy coming through. Jeez. But now that means everyone's on rifles, so right off the bat, we're getting into that tension.
Getting into some excitement here. Even guns, even states so far. Monticello going for another B setup. Like they will be going onto the KJ. Once again here, Buffalo is spread out so far. Got 3 towards A, Omen posted mid, and that KJ setup like we mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
There's that one lurker or Monticello towards the A site. Look for something. Das Flammen getting an early frag onto the KO. It's a lot of util that just went down with that. Buyu is going to be able to get him now with the KJ setup. Pushed out in the back of sight. Find anything so far. Spray's not going to quite land. They're going to barely just get that one down. That was the spike carrier as well. They're lacking spike control. Cat on the deadlock. Throwing down some walls there. Looks like they're going to plant here now.
Yeah. See, that Killjoy setup is kind of the same thing over and over again. Pretty strong, but not as strong as it used to be. But not enough to hold down the fort alone.
All right, so far though, even state here, 2-2.
Bomb is down though.
Cat spotted him
kind of
out.
an awkward drop.
Smoke. They're gonna find that one, and Pokey not gonna be able to get the win. That 1v2 there. Cat, great place from the deadlock there, being able to kind of take over that KJ, get back in the same position they were, and secure the round.
Once again, a close round though. You'd love to see it, honestly. But we'll see how, now that the eco's shaking up a little bit, Buffalo not looking too great on the guns here compared to Monticello.
Bulldog. Yeah.
They might go for something weird here while they don't have much to lose.
They don't, still early in this game. Still plenty of time to get your game back going. Goodly there. That Bulldog. Trying to look for something. All 5 members are up there. They can't find anything. That's really the only rifle down. Not a Phantom or Vandal. Still a good one nevertheless. Monticello's going to run onto the site there. So posted up in heaven. Shooting him down though. Going to deny that early entry.
That molly kill
here.
Close round even.
Not Joey. Up through the top there. Shot set it up. Lant is ticking here. Buffalo does have the advantage though. Their Sova is low. Much. Flammen on just 2 HP though. Stuck in a 1v3. There's just no way they can get it done.
Man. This is extremely interesting. We're seeing some like unorthodox things happen here. Oh, are they not going for the defuse? Oh,
they want to make it close.
Huh.
I've had closer.
These guys showing a little bit of disrespect even though they were down a round.
It was thrifty though.
It was thrifty. That's what I'm talking about though. It's an interesting thing is like even though this eco is different, these guys are winning rounds with eco buys, which is really, you don't see that maybe from the higher tier games, but that makes for an interesting game when any round is anyone's round.
Yeah. You can't tell who's going to win it from, before the barriers drop. It's going to have a good time, though. A huge blind there.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my. What the? Oh, I can't curse on this cast.
Four
oh, my gosh, dude. What? I'm shook.
That was just a completely random play. You know what? Goodly has been peaking, with pure confidence. We've
They
seen
went from
Goodly.
like bottom fragging to top fragging in like one round there.
That's the thing. That's the interesting part about the Goodly. It's like he keeps peaking these things that aren't really like, I wouldn't say the most advantageous plays. Like
It worked.
he's on defense and peaking these offensive plays that he doesn't need to go for. And it's kind of been getting him killed because he hasn't been using his dash. But, he just saw it work there. He just walked in with the flash.
Look at how hesitant they are. Look at they haven't even walked in yet. They're so scared.
They are not letting that happen again. That is crazy.
I really hope we clipped that. Better. Anyways, back to what's happening.
Of course.
There's a round going on.
Monticello's side, though.
And there you go. Opening frag there. Quick trades, early trades going into Monticello's favor. They do still have 3 ultimates up as well. Deadlock one is so powerful, especially in 1v1 scenarios. It's getting close to that.
Does
2v4 here. Goodly.
Too late.
See if they can get another 4K. There it is, though.
Ooh.
Capture up the Sova. Know where they're at now. Oh, spray doesn't land. Goodly here stuck in a 1v3. We just saw a huge round from them before. They're going to run straight into a Sage, spray him down. They're going to find the Omen. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I thought we just saw the craziest round. Hold on. Everybody stay calm. Hold on to your nearest family member. Oh my god.
Man, this is where it gets fun, is because the chaos in games like these is like when it's all unorthodox, you got random stuff happening. Goodly all of a sudden skyrocketed to the top of the scoreboard for
Goodly just gave us 2 clips.
Yeah, that was great. Almost had it right there. Just getting headshot by Slippery Slopes, though, keeping it calm, even though the chaos that just ensued right there. It's well played from Slippery Slopes for sure.
What the heck, man? Goodly
So
getting
random.
their jet knives out this round. 3 more ultimates. Omen, Chaos, Sova for Buffalo's side. Definitely going to be able to keep things interesting here. Oh, it's a quick pop, though!
That's
like they did to them.
From some really good taps this game, though. Gonna shut down Goodly just a little bit.
Numbers evening out with that decaf for Joey kill. Us Flamin been a star fragger so far, gonna peek through that glass.
Yeah.
That kill into heaven. Great control here so far. Able to get this site here. Cat can go for that plant. Move around Cow. Gonna break the clone. Blinded. Not gonna be enough though. Pokey on that good counter. Taking out Das Flamin 3v3 here on the round.
Yeah. The interesting thing about seeing Yoru, right, is that when you pick Yoru, you have to be confident.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Enough about Yoru. Let's keep talking about Pokey here on the Omen.
Oh my gosh.
2 good kills.
Gets the
Great
KO
double swing
Brez. Don't see that very often.
No, you do not. Quick defender win for Buffalo there. Goodly got picked off early. Wasn't able to close it out there.
Nope.
Just a really well done post plant for Buffalo.
For sure. Yeah, with Yoru, like I was saying, if you're gonna decide to pick Yoru instead of any of the other characters, you have to be very confident that you're gonna do something good with his util. And Das Flamin has just been getting some pretty nice kills in general, but his Yoru hasn't really had its time to shine as what Yoru does. But I'm interested to see if he does anything unique, because Yoru has so many creative tools that he can use, but he's also just kind of hitting heads, so it's good for him.
That's a great start. Your tools a lot, but clicking heads does a pretty good job too.
Of course.
Just keeping that round going here. Monticello grouped up towards that B site.
Surprised we haven't seen either of the walls come out yet.
Oh, we have not, though. Clone getting broken. Line being thrown out. Move Brown Cow finding a quick 2. Oh my goodness, they totally walked into a setup and they're going to get just flawless knocked down.
Yep.
Absolute perfect defense there. They covered every angle and they just sprayed them off.
Yeah, that's the hard part about rushing B side, right? Is because if you're trying to rush into this Killjoy setup, they got so many things that can rotate over and just shut them down. But it's like it's so hard to just sit there and then push 5v5 because if defenders are all there in a 5v5, defenders are going to have the advantage unless Util goes down. But Util didn't really go down; they just kind of ran in, and it didn't work out for them because of the 5v5 defender advantage.
They're going up there. Goodly not finding any more 4Ks.
Shooting his own door.
Yeah, that was fun. Close it now. That's definitely a clone. Thank goodness he missed. And we see another grouped up play towards the main of a site. Yeah, quick dash on through that raise. Goodly there, post up through the door, taking out slippery spokes. Just like we saw last round, they're already finishing them off here. Now it's just a 1v4 for Das Flamen. No way they can get that done. 2 rounds in a row. Absolute shutdown from Buffalo on that defense.
Yep. Monticello's still trying out everything that they can. That's the one good part about Goodly, though, is going for those, I don't want to call them ego peaks, but definitely have some confidence.
When it worked that one time, not ego anymore. It's history.
That's true. Yeah, we'll call it calculated confidence. How about that?
Exactly. I like that.
It's bringing out some intel. So that's the one thing that it gets every round is when you see 4 people, then you can react to them pretty quickly. And that's what Buffalo have been doing. But Monticello has to change it up.
He peeks it. Just barely finds that kill. Going to be immediately traded off. Make things very even here with another goodly kill there.
Yep.
But we do see 3 ultimates still up for Buffalo. That Killjoy ultimate, especially powerful, just being able to lock down and force the attackers off on the site. Just get in for a defuse. Very good in post-plant scenarios, though. They might not even need to use it here. 2v1 against Cat on the deadlock we talked about earlier. They do have their own ultimate up, though. So what I'm seeing here, they find Omen, they pop the Omen, they throw the ult at the KJ, and they win the round.
Yeah,
that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, that ult is super good, especially when there's not many people. It's like, just gonna
throw it out now. It's not gonna go through though. Well, that's critical. Have Spike now. Pokey walking out towards A. Killjoy staying on B.
Kind of respect that ult there because the ult was to cover her weakest angle right there. And we knew that the spike was down, so it's very likely that's
kill here. Oh, they got it! Like I said, it's the same scenario, just they don't have the ultimate.
It's very possible.
That pass. Killjoy's
really unfortunate that there's no ult, though.
Ball's a great toss there. Well, it'll cover those angles. They're gonna post up just behind the generator.
Where will the Killjoy go?
And there's the ultimate. Not the ultimate we were talking about originally, but this one I did mention before.
Of course.
Take a sight. They find the spray, though. Clutch 3K from Cat. They didn't even need the ultimate.
Yeah, that's the hard part about Killjoy is that there's a lot of time there to, before the lockdown goes off. And you have to kind of decide, like, are you going to try to catch them while they're running away from it? Or are you going to wait for it to go off and that guaranteed info to come through? And, it's just kind of a mind game right there. Killjoy walking up isn't necessarily the worst play because, you should know that Deadlock has to make it out of there. So there's a small chance if Killjoy peeks there, even though the ult's not going to end soon, that they could be caught with their tail in their hand. And, the Deadlock just kind of knowing that, keeping it calm and just spraying it down, winning that clean little 1v1 despite the pressures of that Killjoy ult. So really well played.
Able to maintain their composure and still find good shots. Good with that Killjoy ult ticking. Pretty much taking to their death as they were staying in it. If they had been detained, it would have been over for them. But timeout there called by the defenders. Just probably looking to see how they can prevent what happened in the previous round or what happened in other previous rounds from happening again. Because they've found their footing here. They do have a 2-round advantage, and they know what they're doing here. But they just want to be able to cover any possible weak points that they have, and just discuss that.
Yeah, for sure. But that cool, calm, and collectedness that from the deadlock there is what Monticello needs to bring it back. But Das Flamen running right in there, knowing where Killjoy normally sits, could be what they need to shake up this momentum. Just gonna
not even gonna get it. Turn around a little too late.
Yeah.
The rest of the team, though, not quite finding it as well. Just the slippery slopes on that raise also posted out back there.
Bomb?
I can't even. Okay, it's just a little bit up on the site. Should be
Yeah.
able to find it here. Pokey's kind of covering it though.
Do they know? Das Flamen going down is really tough for them though.
Well done with that TP there. Slippery slopes. Just too many angles to cover. They're not going to find it. Goodly. Making sure they lock in that defender round win.
Yeah. Last round before the swap. Let's see how this last one goes. Last swap could be what they need to change it up, though, because if you look at Monticello's composition, right, like I was talking about, that physical defense, they got both walls on Deadlock and Sage, which are super value on this map. So even though Buffalo got that 3-round advantage, after the half swaps, it could really be anyone's game. But we will see how this last round goes before we, start deciding who's more likely to win.
Yeah, and I really like that play from Das Flamen with the Yoru ult.
Oh yeah.
They knew where the KJ was gonna be. Some interesting wall utility. Not gonna happen though. Ooh. I don't even know if that's possible if you can stand on the deadlock wall.
Possibly.
Assume you could. Still got some solid. But opening frag here. Going towards Buffalo's side here. It's a physical wall we've been talking about. Good league and dashing out of that one. That player in log still has not gone down. Das Flamen are going to back out now. Pokey going to get caught out. Going to be Das Flamen on the second time, though. Still, 2-man advantage for Buffalo. They've been locking down these sites so well in this game. And, I mean, this is such a tough situation for Monticello.
Absolutely. But I will say, though, is that there's a lot of chaos on Monticello's side. Like, they are trying to push in there, but they have the Sage kind of push alone through that wall, and it's kind of just a free kill.
Spike.
Spike's
just chilling there.
Are they body blocking for the Omen ult? Is it gonna work? Oh my god! It actually worked. That is 4,000 IQ right there.
I love that.
That might be one of the most unique things we've seen in this game so far. They stacked on the bomb because they know that their only hope of winning that round is Omen ulting that. And it's last round too, so he might as well. But they just crushed his only chance by stacking on that spike. That's so funny, man.
You see an alt chat there, man, just stacking over the spike. How rude. Now, how genius there. We've seen some crazy highlight plays in this game so far. It's been delivering.
Crazy. And that's the fun of this game, right? Because you have all those traditional shooters where it's like, you got your CS, not to diss CS at all. It's a great game. But only in this game do whimsical stuff like that happen. Like, just an interesting play.
I think it was a lot of fun, but nevertheless here. Talked about the differences in the comps with the 2 walls of Monticello. And now, say we have 2 halves here because double initiator for Buffalo.
True.
Sentinel for Monticello. 2 ways in, and I guess 2 walls. Sum up the comps in a couple words there. Goodly with a huge headshot there.
Yeah.
He did spot them out though.
Ooh.
Oh, Comic Seller could have came up huge there. Goodly gonna get that dash back. Goodly already finding so much space just on their own. A 3K on the round so far. Talking about the double walls. I feel like they're holding off Goodly, though.
Oh my gosh, almost the ace. Barely not the ace because the KO takes the kill.
Probably in comms about that one.
Really well played from Goodly, though. Just some clean taps. And, you know, the difference between a good jet and a bad jet is always pretty obvious, right? Because Goodly, I like Goodly's use of the dash to check all the angles, which is, you know, it's a pretty standard jet thing to move your camera around while your dash is going through. But it kind of shows that he knows that he's not just dashing in like a wild animal, but, you know, he's dashing with a purpose, you know, to get traded or look for angles and stuff like that. And, you know, that's the mark of a good jet player for sure.
Exactly, yeah. Doing very well there. I mean, I feel like they just kind of jet dashed in and then the rest of the team just walked.
Oh, yeah.
Just walked onto site.
I mean, he just kind of walked. He picked up 4, walking around, dashing around.
He was just strolling. He was frolicking through the flowers.
Oh my god!
Picking up all these kills. What is happening on the screen right now?
Clean 3 taps from him. That is crazy.
Goodly.
And he finds the 4.
Oh my god! What is that? That's like his third 4K, right?
Yeah, that's his third 4K.
What?
Absolute demon right now. Just walking and hitting heads. That's what, you know what? That's the thing. It's because the way he was playing on defense was super confident. He's just kind of peeking every angle, going for crazy stuff. But that's not really your job on defense. But on attack, it's really starting to shine.
That's... Dude, I mean... I was going to say something. I kind of forgot what it was. I don't know, though. Maybe
he'll make you something new to talk about. He's gonna go for that new play again, but Dasflom sitting there with the judge though. Is it a reaction?
Actually get it.
Oh,
he can get it. Beautiful peeking that corner there.
Goodly, just keeping it like still checking all those angles, respecting all of that, despite the fact that he's walking and headshotting. Ooh, another shotgun, creating some distance because he
has to. Goodly, another kill there on Cat. And he's just dashing all around him again. Ace in a weird spot though, but it's not going to be enough though.
Yeah.
Be able to find that. Silvery Slopes here, stuck with the Bucky up in heaven. Be able to use on there. On a heck of a flank, but Goodly doesn't even want him to be necessary. A 3K. This guy is coming alive right now on the
That is actually insane. What is that? That's 15 kills in the last 4 rounds, right? That's insane work from him.
Well, no, because the other 4K was
oh wait, you're right.
The earlier
right.
one, so it'd only be 11. So
11.
Totally not. Yeah, only 11. Like that's not.
My bad. I can't do math. That's okay.
That's fine.
But you know, there's still, you know, maybe he could lose his momentum. Monticello could maybe try to stop going for those off angles now and respect Goodly a little bit, but
jeez, he gets another kill. Every time you say his name, he gets a kill. You can't bring him up or just pop. Just another couple ones down here. The double walls of Monticello are seeming like they're not enough to hold him off.
I can appreciate the Goodly though, like still kind of respecting all those angles, those off angles, knowing that the random dude in a corner with a judge is kind of his biggest weakness at this point. Yeah, it was great. He does have the Outlaw. The Jet isn't full HP, so she's one shot to Outlaw. Maybe this is what he needs to shut him down.
Swamman has been the star fragger of Monticello so far.
Ooh, but look at this position they're in, though. They're about to hit the spawn, and they have no idea.
They're peeking up here.
Interesting position.
Dude. Oh, dude.
Oh, no.
What? Hold on.
A little bit late on the shots. Reveals the position.
Say his name. He'll get a couple more. Even numbers here. Definitely a tight round, though.
Ooh.
Plant will be down. Up towards that B site here.
Still takes a 1-for-1, even though he kind of fumbled his position a little bit.
That was definitely a little scuff there, though. Uyu here moving the round to a 1v2. Moving it to a 1v1. Their type 1 here, and the raise is practically a one-shot. slippery slopes. There's no way they can look underneath, use the molly. Gonna push him off. A huge 3K clutch there from Fuyu on the KJ, moving Buffalo to match point.
Man, that's really showing that Goodley's really playing well, but that's not to say that the rest of the team can't do what they need to do. You know, just kind of Goodley's kind of taking all the kills. You know, I wouldn't say taking, but securing all the kills and not really giving the team an opportunity to shine. But Fuyu out there keeping it calm, you know, getting that clutch, not giving Monticello any hope, and just really showing that the rest of the team is still capable of doing what they need to do.
For sure there. Team just well-rounded. We've been talking so much about Goodley, but I mean, we can't just not mention the other players because it is a team game. And
of course.
You can have a really star fragger that secures you so much, but it's not no guarantee it's going to be here. Looks like it will be though for Buffalo, and that's just going to be basically it here. Ace picking up one from the underside there. I mean, 4v1 here. Buffalo. They climbed the 2 walls of Monticello. Goodley just flew over them, picking up the final there for Buffalo.
Cool. What a great game. See, this is when the interesting things happen, is when things are neck and neck, right? Because anyone can watch a 13-0 game and be like, yeah, this team won really hard, and it was because of this guy. It's like, yeah, that's fun for the people winning, but that's 50%, right? So it's more fun when you see things like this that's entertaining for everyone. And, you know, we kind of expected it to be a little bit even and a little bit of a stomp, and we kind of saw both of those as we predicted, which is pretty funny because it did start off as pretty even-ish. Actually, not really even, but it wasn't a full stomp. First half ended at 8-4, but once Jet swapped from attack to defense, it's like the shackles were removed. Something crazy happened, and it's just hitting heads. That first attack
came alive there, broke out of its cage, and just overtook the game and overtook, you know, everybody. Just absolutely beautiful play there from Goodley in that second half. They kicked things off with a bang, and they did not slow down for the rest of that half there. We saw some good plays from Fuyu near the end there to close off the game, give Buffalo the 13-4 win over Monticello. But Goodley gives us so much to talk about. It's fantastic play there from the Jet. But
of course,
nevertheless, we will be heading to a break in just a second, and then we will be having an interview with one of the players from the winning Buffalo squad, and we're gonna see what happened, because that was a fun game to watch. That was a great game. Goodley had some awesome plays. We'll see who we'll be talking to in a second, but I'm gonna take it to a break here, and we'll see you guys on the flip side.
Here at Concordia St. Paul, you will have the opportunity to earn a degree, make lifelong friendships, and play a game you love on an esports scholarship. For more information, visit csp.edu/esports.
Coming in and actually seeing all the computers filled with kids, and they have on their jerseys and they got their coaches next to them, and I see direct parallels over to football.
There's just not a lot of knowledge about gamers out there. People just don't know what they don't know.
They have to develop teamwork like any other physical game does. You don't have the teamwork, you don't win.
You take a kid who never had confidence before and you give them confidence, and you can see what they can do with their lives.
What does it mean to be a leader? At the University of North Dakota, we're here to find out.
It's taking my first solo flight.
Finding new ways to learn.
Rolling up your sleeves.
The world deserves leaders like you. Leaders ready to take the next step and make a difference. Because we lead our own way.
and Apple Valley are going to do it. They're going to be the first team to win 4 state titles. Very close here. Very nice spot on going through that. And fair! Go straight in, it'll go wide, but Flo able to get the rebound, and Egan has a 2-goal lead right now. Then it's open and it is gone. They're still on some health. We'll go in, and there you go. The Pillagers will be your Mnvl 2023 Fall State champions.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the April 10th, 2024 Wednesday Valorant stream with Claymay and Beffin. That's how I'm going to intro everything now. Just much fun here. We just witnessed a absolute Buffalo 13-4 takedown of Monticello. And we're gonna just end things off here with a quick interview with the player we kept talking about. We do have Goodley on the line here. We're gonna just ask him a few questions. So
all right. So for my first question for you today, so what were you thinking on defense versus attack, right? Because, as Jet, your role is kind of different on both defense versus attack, but, what was your thought process in those moments?
My favorite thing to do personally, so like no matter where I am, I'm always an aggressive player. And
yeah, we definitely saw that.
Yeah. So I just have lineups with my friend Moo Brown Cow. And then I just play aggressive and then tone it down if we're up a man.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that early 4K. I don't know if you noticed, but after that 4K, they were so scared to enter Garage. They were sitting in front of it for 20 seconds waiting for you to peek at.
It was so funny to watch.
Super funny.
Yeah, I know. After that, I ended up just playing on the other side of the map the whole time.
Yeah.
That's fair. Now, I'm going to follow it up with the second question here. So, if we counted correctly, you did have 3 4Ks across the whole game. And I just want to know, how did your team react? Like, was it abnormal, or is this just business as usual for you? And you
this is pretty usual whenever we're in a team around, that skill level. No hate to Monticello, but
right.
Yeah.
Appreciate you keeping it respectful.
I think the most part was me yelling at them and metaphorically crying because they kept taking the ace. Is the real part.
Yeah, that was tough. So, even though this is pretty common for you, what do you think was your favorite moment from this game?
I don't know. I really liked that KO Flash 4K just because it worked together, even though I ended up whiffing the ace at the end.
Hey, it happens, man. Gotta give them some hope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, before you shut the lights out on them. Anyways, last question for you here is just, how is the team feeling going into the end of the regular season? We're in week 6, only a couple games left here. That was a really good win there. So just, how you feeling?
I mean, we're feeling pretty confident. We're ready to take it to state, honestly. That's what we're hoping for.
Ooh, that's what you love to hear, man. That's the type of confidence you need if you're going to make it to the end, honestly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, end of these interviews, I'm just going to give you a little time if you want to shout out any friends or coaches, people from school, social media, I don't care. Just give a little quick shout out, just anything you want to, and then we'll close things out.
I got to shout out to Coach CSP Jake. He's always there. He's great. And then I got to shout out the teacher, Mr. Munson, for running the esports program for my school. Right. And just to my whole team, especially Joey. I love Joey. He's just he's a great guy. He keeps my mental up at all times.
Yeah, that's important in a game like this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Love my whole team.
It's great.
Yeah. That's what we like to hear. Now, thank you for your time, Goodley. It was a great game you played.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. I mean, you got some clips for the Mnvl channel. I'll just say that.
Oh yeah,
appreciate that.
That's like what half of my comms were. We're yelling about. I got to do it for the Twitter clip.
Yeah.
Hey man, sometimes it's just the grind.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah. Thank you for just agreeing to the interview. We had a good game tonight.
You guys have a good rest of your night.
Yeah, you too. All right. Now, we had some great games tonight.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna say it. We kicked things off. Good times. 13-4. Goodly is godly. I think he should change his IGN to godly. But that was that was something else.
It had a potential to be a really boring night. But every player showed out today, made it close. Even if all the teams didn't